The latest leak about the Galaxy S26 series has dropped, and if you were hoping for a big upgrade in RAM or storage this year, the news might leave you disappointed. A well-known tipster on X, Universice, has revealed details about the memory and storage configurations for Samsung's upcoming flagship lineup. And it looks like Samsung is sticking to the same options we saw in the Galaxy S25 series. According to the leak, both the Galaxy S26 will launch with two variants, 12GB RAM + 256GB storage, 12GB RAM + 512GB storage. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will reportedly come in three configurations: 12GB RAM + 256GB storage, 12GB RAM + 512GB storage, a 16GB RAM will be stored. But there's a catch: the top-tier 16GB + 1TB model is said to be exclusive to China. That means most regions won't even get the highest configuration, just like last year. Now, here's where the disappointment sets in. These are the exact same memory and storage options that Samsung offered with the Galaxy S25, S25, and S25 Ultra. In other words, Samsung isn't giving buyers more RAM or bigger storage this year, even though many users have been asking for those upgrades for a long time. If you were expecting options like 16GB RAM on more models, or maybe 2TB of internal storage, that's not happening with the S26 lineup, at least not globally. But it's not all bad news. Samsung is reportedly upgrading the phones to faster memory, moving from 8.7GB in the S25 series to 10.5GB in the S26 series. This doesn't increase the RAM capacity, but it does improve how quickly the phone processes information. Faster memory helps the device handle high-resolution photos, process videos more efficiently, and improve overall camera performance. So you may notice smoother performance even if the RAM size stays the same. The tipster also explained why Samsung isn't offering higher RAM and storage options everywhere. According to them, Samsung only brings bigger configurations to markets where consumers demand them. That's why the 16GB + 1TB configuration is reserved for China, a region where users actively ask for and buy those higher-end models. In regions where these configurations aren't offered, Samsung apparently believes there isn't enough demand. The tipster even suggests that Samsung might be limiting options simply to squeeze more money out of customers, offering only the configurations it thinks will maximize profit. This leak sparks an interesting question: are people really demanding enough from Samsung? Or is Samsung ignoring the global market's desire for higher memory options? Because let's be honest, in 2026, with apps getting heavier, photos and videos taking up more space, and camera sensors producing massive files, many users would appreciate seeing 16GB RAM become more standard across all regions. And for power users, a 2TB storage option wouldn't be unreasonable either. But based on this leak, Samsung has decided not to take that leap yet. So what does this mean for potential buyers? If you're upgrading from a much older phone, the S26 will still feel super fast, especially with the upgraded memory speeds. But if you already own a Galaxy S25 or S25 Ultra, the lack of RAM and storage upgrades might make the S26 feel less tempting, unless major improvements come from other areas like the cameras, design, or battery performance. For now, all we can do is wait for Samsung's official announcement, but based on this leak, it seems the Galaxy S26 series will focus on refining performance rather than increasing hardware capacity. Whether that's enough will depend on what kind of user you are and how much memory you think your phone really needs.